Today, I'll show you how to make a slide teaser using a Rivet. Some folks call this a slide-on teaser, sliding teaser, or tube teaser. Whatever it is, this is a very good way to add attractant to your teaser hooks when doing saltwater fishing, especially for fluke or summer flounder fishing. Before we get started, let's talk about how awesome this sliding teaser actually is. So, right now the most popular rig out there to catch fluke is a high-low rig, as shown here. You have a bucktail at the bottom, and above the bucktail is a teaser hook with a dropper loop. For the teaser hook that's above, many people use a bucktail teaser or more recently a bait saver hook with a Berkley Gulp product. And some folks would put on a bucktail teaser hook with a Gulp as well, but these hooks usually come without any barbs to keep the bait on. For some folks who tie their own teasers, find that some bait saver hooks may not have enough real estate for both hair and Gulp lure. So this is where the sliding teaser or tube teaser solves this problem, because you can use your favorite bait saver hook and add this teaser on of your choice. You can usually buy these bucktail sliding teasers, but I like to make my own because I get to use the materials I want. And when I say I want, I mean flashy stuff. I have caught plenty of fluke on teaser hook with just the Gulp itself. It's great by itself, but if you want it to be perfect, I'd rather have something to have a little flash or a lot of flash, because there's one thing that Gulp doesn't have, which is flash, and we all know that fluke go crazy over flashy stuff. So therefore, I like to make my own, and here we are at the point where I say I will show you how to make your own. So here are the materials you will need today. Your favorite materials, whether it's a bucktail hair, or in this video, I'll be using flashy materials like Flashaboo and Mylars, and I'll be using different colors and sparkling patterns. Thread 140 is pretty much fine for flashy materials, but I like to use UV epoxy for everything, so it holds on very strong and tight and prevents toothy critters from cutting the threads, such as fluke. It's just a little pricey though. You will need pliers to remove the rivet pin, a vise that can grip 1/8 inch rivets, or at least the stem of the rivet, so slightly smaller. Having a base on your vise is really good too, and I'll show you later why. And lastly, you will need rivets. Note how rivets are read. It's two numbers. It's how thick it is by how long it is. For sizes, I prefer 1/8 inch thick, nothing longer than 1/2 inch. In this assorted box, I'll be using a 1/4 inch, 5/16, and maybe 3/8 inch if I'm desperate. Note that there's also different type of materials out there like aluminum or stainless steel. I prefer using the aluminum ones because it's cheaper. First, take the rivet and insert it on the pliers as shown as here, and tapping it on a hard surface. This will loosen it up and dismantle it, but keep the pin. If your vise doesn't have a hard base and you don't have anything that's hard inside your house, just go outside on the curb and just do it, but don't do it on like your table or something like that, because you'll be damaging your home furniture. I keep the rivet within the pin itself because it makes tying a lot easier on my vise, because my vise can't clamp onto the thick rivet, but it can clamp onto the pin itself. In addition, it makes tying a lot easier if you clamp it on the pin and not on the rivet itself. And this is why you use a small rivet. So what I do is I push the rivet back on the pin as far as possible so that it's snug. Then I secure the pin on the vise tip so the tip is actually holding the rivet very tightly. Now you can start your tying. Grab a small amount of flash and tie half of its length onto the rivet. Note that I am tying my materials where the long ends are over the head of the rivet. This will create a flare of the materials. After you have lightly secured the material, cut off from the bundle if applicable. Adjust the material so it is spread out just a bit. It just needs to cover 25% of the rivet, and you'll see later why. Now rotate your rivet on the vise 180 degrees, then secure the other half of materials on the other side so that they are pointing both towards the head. Tie this down lightly, adjust the materials again so it covers 25%, and secure it down. Now you are halfway done. Rotate your rivet 90 degrees and repeat the same steps over again. Once you have completed this, whip finish and add your favorite glue to keep your materials on. You can trim the materials to your liking now if needed. To me, flash is additional attractant via visual while the tail creates vibration, so you really don't want to hinder the vibration. So there you have it. This is the completed Fluke tube teaser rig, and if you guys really enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like button, and please consider subscribing to my channel for more lure making as well as fishing. The fish don't wait, guys. Get out there, catch a ton of fish.